This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
G'day guys, welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, Summer Helene, and I mostly show up because I like my sound engineer. By the way, it's Dallas, Texas. I'm trying to sneak him out to a fight that none of you know about yet, but I promise I'll tell you eventually. And I love you guys, and I guess my co-host Bear's here too. Welcome.
I'm trying to hold in a sneeze. Give me a second. Anyway,
so it's in Dallas, Texas.
Hey, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the show. Summer, you sounded almost a little too Australian today in that intro.
I did.
Is there a reason why you're a little bit?
I'm a little pissed off.
Okay,
why? A little bit.
We're already. Let's see.
Let's see. James,
we're about a minute in. What's going on?
We're a minute in, and I sound like I'm PMSing. It's fantastic.
No, you're not PMSing. You're probably rightfully upset at something. What is it?
You know what it is, because I was yelling at him because like it was somehow his fault for 2 hours before the show.
Fine, screw my intro. You just talk about it whenever you want.
So James Earl Jones died. I do.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
No, I do want to talk about Slutface McGee as well.
So let's talk about James. Yeah. Let's talk about the face of Star Wars. The unofficial face of Star Wars. You never actually see his face, but everyone knows
James Earl Jones has one of the most iconic voices and careers in Hollywood history. Mm-hmm. It's, Bear texts me. I'm like, hey, James Earl Jones died. He's like, oh my God, how? I'm like, he's 93 and he had diabetes. But I think to everyone, they forget any of that. They forget that because he's held in time.
That's what it is. There's people you never think are going to pass. Betty White was another one.
That was
no
one
one thought
me.
that she was just going to pass. And I thought that James Earl Jones he was going to live forever. That was it. I would die. He would still be making Star Wars things. But
that makes sense. Then Bear turns around. He's like, I want that to be me. I want people to look at me and be like, I can't believe he's dead.
We got to have goals. We got to have goals. That's my goal.
So my goal is to kill him so people can say that.
Fuck. Anyways, I lost train of thought now.
I'd like to remind everyone, every time we use bad language on the show, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear because we care.
Fuck yeah, and that's my nonprofit too.
It is. I'd like to also give a quick shout out to Tiny Bubbles Hair Salon in Palm Springs, California. Thank you for making your red carpet ready. I'm not going to, Bear went to a new hairdresser today. It was a total disaster. The back of his hair looks like a vagina.
It does not.
It does. I'll show you pictures. So we have to get that fixed today before the fight tomorrow at Commerce Casino.
Yes, we'll be commentating on Sparstar. Can't remember what number it is.
And if you're new to following Bear, follow him on his new channel where he does a Get Ready With Me. What's it called?
Bear the Goods.
Bear the Goods.
But it's spelled like the animal bear, the goods.
And essentially, it's how to protect your face when you get punched in it every day.
It's a lot of skincare and important things.
I think it's like a jock strap for your face. I don't know. I haven't figured it out.
No,
that's all I'm getting.
Back to James Earl Jones.
I'm not done.
I did some research.
So we'll get there.
Okay.
So you follow Bear the Goods and you contact us here on the show, if you're the first or second person, we will send you ATV riding with Bear.
At Upper Rentals in Palm Springs, California.
Shout out, by the way, to Runway Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
They did a fantastic spread. And I have to ask his manager, what is the name of the crown company that gave us that gorgeous crown?
Oh, it's Sparstar Promotion 62.
62. And I got to say awesome. That I'm texting out right now. YouTube, his manager's texting us right here. But I do have to say, I'm really... I know we're past that and I'm not supposed to be promoting this company at this point, but the crown was gorgeous. And of course, shout out to Matthew Morris Fine Jewelry. Thank you for always making me red carpet ready and giving me sparkly things.
They always love your sparkly things.
Me too.
May I talk about Star Wars again?
Oh my God, that's all you ever want to talk about.
I very much want to. I was respectful of your time. I'm going to deviate back and say I did some research on it, and James Earl Jones also made a commitment to Lucasfilm and Disney that they can use his voice in perpetuity throughout the universe. So
you want to read that off?
Mariana Harutanite. What is that?
The Crown Company.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for pronouncing the name of the crown company. That was terrible. Mariana H. That's the best. I'm not willing to make a second mistake. But yeah, they let him use. He said that they can use their voice for all future promotions. They decided to bring Darth Vader back. They can use AI to generate his lines.
I was more interested in the crown we used in our photo shoot, but whatever.
Fair enough. The crown was beautiful. Can we back talk about Star Wars now? The lady who makes the crowns are amazing. That's according to our Yana. There, is it your partner or my manager?
Yeah, Yana and I work together.
Mm-hmm.
Yana's one of my producers. She's incredible. We've worked together for quite a while, and I adore her.
Absolutely.
Are you going to still talk about James Earl Jones?
I can leave it if you want.
No, fine. Talk about him, and I get to bitch about Meghan Markle. Deal?
All right, deal. No, I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life, and even now after the news, I want to go back and rewatch all the original trilogy. I want to hear his voice. I want to see the motion of the character that he helped portray. I think it's awesome. Like, I'm sorry he died. I really hate the fact he's no longer with us. So it makes me want to go back and kind of relive the moments of him first, I guess, appearing in my childhood, so to speak. And I think a lot of people probably are doing that, is binge watching Star Wars at this point because of his passing. It wouldn't surprise me, at least.
I was going to segue and say, speaking of childhood, I've got some cream savers from the early 2000s for you to try. But I'm actually going to save these for next week.
Oh, what are we
because
doing
this is
this week?
More serious. Well, actually, I just thought this was a more serious topic.
Well, yeah.
Because AI is a big deal. I'm glad he said they could do that in AI.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I don't think they should be allowed to. I think it cuts out opportunities moving forward. I think it stifles creativity. And I think rather than Star Wars moving forward, they'll always have the ability to go back to Darth Vader. So I really think rather than giving new actors a place, it's a problematic behavior.
Wow.
Kimberly?
That's a reasonable point. I guess I just hate the idea of losing his voice forever, that the character dies kind of with him.
The thing is, it should die with him. That is his character. This isn't like 007 when you turn off the air purifier.
That's true.
Apologies for the noise in the background. So where 007 is a badge number, people can always go back to it.
Yeah.
I do think he was Darth Vader, and I do think the character should die with him.
No, it's at Hayden Christensen. I think they used his own voice, bar some modulation to adjust it, and so he was Vader in the. Oh no, they used James Earl Jones' voice in the Kenobi series as well. So it was only him when they broke his mask. Sorry for spoilers. They break Vader's mask in the show. Wait, the show is like a year old. I'm not sorry. Go watch the show if you haven't already. You want to watch Kenobi?
I want to leave you.
That's a bit of you go from that's 100% the other direction. Don't do that. Never mind. You don't have to watch Kenobi. It's okay.
He is like, so I got to tell you guys, we work together, Bear and I, but we're together. We've been together for years. He's handsome. He's strong. He's a cage fighter. He is built. And then he talks about Star Wars. And
there it is. You got to drop a bomb right now.
There's the catch.
You don't.
When Star Wars comes up,
yeah,
it is like, ugh.
You don't grease me up that hard to not throw me into the flames. I've had that one prepared for a little bit. It's a funny line.
Speaking of greasy flames.
Is this our segue to Meghan Markle?
I am so pissed at that chick.
Okay,
so
what's got you all up in arms about Meghan Markle?
Okay, so first, she blamed the British press
for
saying she was difficult.
She was difficult.
No. She said it was because that's how Hollywood is. On behalf of Hollywood, no, it's not. Yes, there were back in the day, like my old boss once threw a stapler. It hit me in the head when he was aiming for a director. He made me give it back to him so he could rethrow it. That generation, yes, is like that.
Fair enough.
Hollywood's not like that anymore. At least it's not supposed to be.
Isn't it? I mean, you guys are. Well, aren't you? Wouldn't you be considered from the same generation, the same 10 years though? Is it possible she had the same experience?
There's no way.
Oh, okay.
So let me tell you the difference between Meghan Markle and I.
Sure.
She's a bit older than I am, but we're not talking about, not even 10 years.
Oh.
So it's maybe 8 years.
Okay.
But the reality is she's very, when a prince marries a commoner, usually they elevate the woman to the status of royalty. Look at the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales. He elevated her, and because they're above the fray, they aren't competing with celebrities. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, came here and is now competing with people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, my name, I'm Lady Summer, the Baroness Morris of Ayrshire and Glenlyon. I don't usually use that. It's gotten more valuable, admittedly, since she got here, but...
So she helped you in one tiny little bit.
No, I already had the time. Why? What difference did it make? I was good enough at my job. I didn't need that. But
fair enough.
Then she tried to say titled people and nobility are the people that behave that way, and that's where she learned it. I know we have a prince on today, and I guarantee you from the people I know that know him, and I did go poke around and research, he's a lovely man. He doesn't throw cups of tea in people's faces. She did. So
fair enough.
Personally, on behalf of Hollywood, I want Meghan Markle to go away. On behalf of the nobility, I want her to go away. Actually, they do. They're canceling their deal with her.
Oh, are they?
And yes, they are. And the reality is you cannot blame other people for your mistakes.
No.
And to turn around and blame everyone else for what she's done is absurd.
That's what narcissists do, though. It's not her fault. And everyone sees her the wrong way.
That's the crux. So shout out to H.G. Tudor and to everyone else and Popcorn Planet talking about it. We have therapists saying she's a narcissist.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. But if you blame it on nobility or you blame it on Hollywood, that's not normal there. People who are titled are actually held usually to a higher expectation of public service. People in Hollywood, we can't do anything without getting ratted out.
Well, that's not the reason why you guys aren't throwing staplers at each other anymore, hopefully.
It's the reason I'm not throwing staplers.
Because you know it's not appropriate. Like as adults, you can handle things in more healthy ways.
I'm not doing it because I get ratted out.
All right, fine. Even if it's punishment that keeps you guys in check.
It's not. I'm kidding.
No, that's
so. Do you want to do the introduction?
Yes.
So HH is His Highness.
Okay. So we do have our guest on right now. We're going to announce him. And sir, I apologize. I'm going to intentionally not say part of your name because I'm just going to fuck it up. That's my bad.
Do you want to not swear in front of the prince?
My bad. I'm sorry. Welcome to the show, His Highness Dr. Prince Mario Max Lippe.
Hello, I'm Prince Mario Max Schaumburg-Lippe, and thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. Guess what? I just entered my friend's Emmy's reception. So I'm on a rooftop in Hollywood. And I think because it's so fun and this is a quite special location, I'm going to take you on a little tiny tour before I sit down back for our show here. So it's this gorgeous rooftop. There is actually the Hollywood sign and the hills are in the back. And here are the actors and the actresses doing their interviews and at the red carpet. So that's happening here. And the Capitol Records building in the background. So I think that's the ideal spot to do your show. And I came back to LA from New York from hosting New York Fashion Week for the Emmys that happen in a few days. And I'm excited. It's always a fun weekend because so many entertainment people are here. And I mean, you both know it's like a big family. The entertainment people are always fun people to hang out with, right?
Absolutely.
It's the entertainment industry as a whole is a very tight-knit group of people, very small.
It is. It's a village. Like Hollywood is a village. When I came here about 7 years ago, and I was studying with David Strasberg, Lee Strasberg's son, at the Strasberg Acting Institute, and he said, I said, like, what does it take to be able to have a career in Hollywood, to make a living here? Because I'm a working royal, so I do work actually a lot every day of the year. And then he said, you need to stay around, you need to be consistent, and you need to follow the American way, which I love. Americans work very hard. Absolutely. And the entertainment industry has so many people come and go. And David Strasberg said to me, stay and continue, work your way up. Every gig is good. And I mean, I've done wild jobs. I've worked at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, did scare acting. So I've done every and any acting job that came my way. And I love it because that's how you gain experience. And then I'm quite tall, I'm 6'2". So I was playing Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas at the Queen Mary. David Wally was producing it, such a great guy. And the best thing about this gig being Santa Claus was We had a tree lighting ceremony every day, and I got to dance with the beautiful Rockettes from New York, and I got member of the Agva Union. So that was like amazing. Who would think that Santa Claus can dance with these beautiful ladies? I loved it.
That's fabulous.
That's incredible.
Now, I have to ask you, as a working royal
Yes.
and having a career here in Hollywood,
Yes.
that's a lot. So for those that don't know, working royals are consistently working in public service. It is a very, very heavy job. You are dealing with people's happiness, you're dealing with their grief, you are very involved in the lives of people. So that itself is more than a full-time job. So to be doing that on top of having an acting career, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, let me tell you how this happened. My father is His Highness Prince Waldemar, and my dad, who comes from a lineage of since 936 from the Viking kings, through his mother, Princess Feodora of Denmark. So Schaumburg-Lippe, we are German princes, but we also have our ties to the Royal Danish family, which is the oldest royal house in Europe. And my father already was a working royal. He was Royal Danish court photographer and a banker, but he did all the great pictures like of Queen Elizabeth and the Emperor of Japan and so on for his cousin, the Queen in Denmark. And he wrote books and he took the photos for his royalty books. And my mom, before she married my dad, the prince, she was a veterinarian. So I come from a family where the work ethics were always put high up. And that, I think, made me so courageous to move to America, because America is like a completely other level than Europe, right? When it comes to the energy, when it comes to the speed, when it comes to how people achieve things. And it's very competitive. And when I came here, I was excited, like the energy is so great in America. And
Yes.
for me, it is the greatest place to live on the planet. And I love America. I think it's like God bless America, truly. It's the most beautiful place. And I love it as much as I love my home country. And what you said, a lot of work is involved. That's true. So within the nobility, within royalty, there are people that love to work. There are people that want to do projects, that want to help others. I'm involved in tons of charities. This is all work where we don't get paid, but you also need to pay your bills. I mean, life is expensive, no matter if you have a title or not. So there's the working jobs, right? I host a thing. I'm doing a show and doing these gigs. But on the other hand side, as much as possible, I try to be there for charities. I support the Princess Grace Foundation. We're having a big fundraiser in New York. I love it. Then I'm doing Mommy's Heart in New York. It's a kids charity. And I'm a big fighter against bullying, because it can get quite brutal online and offline. And I have this line where I say, I have the good people network. I love good people. I love nice people. I love people that have a good heart. And when we stick together, we're going to oust all the bullies, all the trolls online that's running around. And I think that's so important, right? And I mean, both of you, you're so famous, you're so respected, you're in the public eye. And then there are some people, some trolls commenting on all of us, trying to do just one thing, a good job. And it's very sad sometimes. And of course, we read everything. It's not like because you're in the public eye, you have a steel skin. We don't. We are people like everyone else. And so I'm really into this Good People's Network. And I think we're going to create a wave where people get nicer, where people get kinder. And so we make the world a better place. And especially when I see kids that are suicidal and very sad, and they literally hide and are scared from going to school. I want to stop all that. So I'm very much a spokesperson against hate, against bullying. And it's important for me. I think that's one of my life missions, to get some more intercommunication joy between people in this world, and make the world a safe environment so everybody can be what they are. And I love it that everyone is different, right? In Hollywood, everyone comes from a different place. Everyone has a different accent. Everyone looks different. And that's perfect. That's what makes the world nice. And vision everybody would look the same, that would be the most boring world. I would hate it. And so the diversity in America is the greatest.
Truly.
Well, I agree with you. America's my country by choice. I'm here by choice. And that does make a difference. He's stuck here. He doesn't care.
No, I love it as well. You know what? I want to hang on a moment. And I want to dive back into the bullying you brought up. I personally, here where I live, I run a nonprofit where I teach people martial arts and self-defense for free. And I get tons of kids who either could or could not afford the classes normally, but who come in specifically because they're being bullied, who don't have the confidence to deal with it. And I got to tell you, when they come back after a month, 2 months, even upwards of a year, and they say, hey, because of you, because of what you did for me, I was able to stand up or find the confidence to protect myself. And it's not always physically. It could just be having the courage to disregard them or being confident enough to go seek help from the teachers or the administrators at their school or their counselors. So it's very rewarding, and it's very wonderful to know that you can make that kind of impact on people. So I'm so happy to hear that's something you as well do, and we're looking out for the kids.
Well, I
I
like
love
it.
what you're doing. Yeah, because you're a hero for the kids, right? And with your career and with your background, I mean, when one looks you up, one is impressed. And for sure, you're someone where nobody would mess with, right? I mean, when you appear, you're
Yeah.
really an appearance. I mean, a kid seeing that and learning from you and
Mm.
getting confidence and seeing what is possible in life, because you build up your own career, right? And you're working hard and you build up your skills and your body. I mean, this is all takes the greatest of discipline. And if
Right.
you tell this the kids, it's fantastic because they have a role model. And I feel a lot of people are not that fortunate to have this role model, maybe in their immediate family, because everyone is hustling and maybe struggling. Parents are working a lot. If there are even two parents, it's also already something rare. And when you give a kid a role model and they're like, I want to be like you, that is a great thing, because
Yes.
that way they're going to be on the right track and they're like, I want to be like him. I want to be strong and teach me how to be confident. And you do. And I think that's the greatest thing to do. So I love that. It's a very beautiful charity, what you're doing. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you. If you had gone back and told my 15-year-old self that royalty would be complimenting me, I'd probably faint.
I gotta tell you something. I think a lot of people miss about royalty, and something I appreciate is royalty is the only place that is unbiased. It is not politically motivated. It is 100% there for the people. So I'm a big monarchist, obviously. And so I always love that. I think that's wonderful. You have to drag him into your charity.
I'll figure it out.
I love this, what you just said, and you're right, because there is no day-to-day pleasing thing. It's not needed. And for example, of course, you can always take a shortcut. And it could also have helped my career in the past, doing this or that and saying things that I don't feel, that I don't stand for. But you know what? I just don't do it, because at the end of the day, nothing gonna change if I don't do it. So if I follow these norms, what to say, no, I don't want to do that. I'll always speak up for someone who is vulnerable. I'll always help someone who needs my help. And there is one charity I especially love. It's called New Haven for the Newborns. And we already saved more than 600 kids of families that wouldn't be able to raise them and would just give away their babies. So we have a black card in all the firehouses and all the hospitals. And that gives you exactly an opening, a clue how your kid is going to be given to a family that really wants to raise this kid. And we already saved more than 600 babies. And we're going to have a big fundraiser in Palm Beach from Lexia Versa on the 8th of December. And
That's
I'm very excited about that. So
Call
it's going
me,
to be a good thing.
call me for that. I foster children. I've adopted 2. I'm actually
Oh, wow. I love it.
another one. So call me for that. I love
That's
that.
beautiful.
I would love to have you both there, because what you have to say is important and what you have to say makes a difference. And this is exactly what we need. And I think spreading the word, like you two sitting there, your fans, your audience, all your people following you, hearing that, it's creating a wave. And that's what we can do, having this platform, being in the public eye, letting people know what's the right way to do. And there are some people that are very fortunate. So why wouldn't they take care of a kid, foster a kid, or even just, go in a place where people have almost nothing and say, you know what, this is the one person I want to make this life more enjoyable. I'm sending in some this of that, whatever is needed. I'm gonna bring by some food, and I also like to do that a lot. Harris and Raquel Sanchez, they're wonderful people here in LA. And we do a charity called Kiss the Monkeys. It has a cool name. But what we actually do is we go out and feed the homeless. And society people come there and cook, and they prepare meals, and we go to Skid Row and present these meals. And that's something very real, very authentic, because you know where your money goes, you know where your food goes. You put it in the hand of someone who might not have a warm meal for days, That is the most enjoyable thing you can do in life, helping someone who really needs your help. And I feel there is a thing, whatever you give, it's going to come back to you. The universe watches what's going on. And everyone doing a little thing, that's a lot in total. And it can be anything. You don't need to have money to do a thing. You can go out and help them. You can help cooking, because we can always find someone who donates the food. And if you have money, you can give donations. You can buy a gala ticket and support a charity like your charity, beautiful movement. So there are so many things to do, and it's a big thing of mine. And when I'm called a philanthropist, I love that, because for me, this is hands-on, rolling my sleeves up and helping in many different ways. And we got very lucky when you have this regular life, right? You have a place, you have a car, you have a job. We are so blessed, because so many people don't have these essentials, and they're left out in society, and they're very important, and they're the most precious people, and they're valuable people of our society. We just need to uplift them so they can get to their full potential again. And that's something also I love, like when you say the kids that get scared and they got bullied, and then you build them up, you lift them up, and they become an important part of their class, and all of a sudden they get respect. How beautiful is this? You're changing a kid's life. You're creating a wonderful person with that. You're helping.
Absolutely.
I like that. It's whenever you decide you want a TV show about you, let me know, because I'd love to do a show following you to these events.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I'll have you everywhere. I mean, we have a really important thought to spread. And the good thing is, the Good People's Network, welcome to that. You too are an essential part of it, because we know what we want to do with our lives. And one thing is so interesting. The entertainment industry is often seen as a like very selfish environment where people put themselves up on the carpets and all the photos and the styling and superficial. Does this exist? Absolutely, it does. There are these tons of narcissists out there, and it's all about themselves. But that's a minority. And I feel they're not the most favorite people. And everyone in Hollywood, because it's such a village, knows already who these people are. And they're not the most popular. Like, do you want to go out with someone who is all about me, me, me? Not really. So the ones who are the nice people, everyone wants to be them. I want to be friends with the two of you, you know? I don't want to be friends with some selfish, like self-centered person. You're the ones who want to be friends with.
It's true. Everyone in Hollywood does know what's going on with everyone else. We do have, it's not always commonly known, but we do know who the people to avoid and who the people that are nice are.
Right.
They're the worst kept secrets in the world.
You're very right on that. Absolutely true. Oh, by the way, there is a great music thing coming up in November on the 27th. I'm hosting Alex Shepeliuk's concert, and I would love to invite you there too. So you should come. We're gonna have a great evening with a big orchestra. It's gonna be like old Hollywood style, envision Sinatra, but the guy's playing the harmonica. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
Isn't it cool? I just had him perform. Alexei Shepeliuk is a friend of mine, and I just had him perform at New York Fashion Week. We had 4 days with we had 2 days with 4 show slots. We had 25 designers, 130 models, and it was fantastic. I love Fashion Week. I'm hosting a lot of Fashion Weeks. I was hosting New York Fashion Week now and the last 2 years, and Hamptons Fashion Week in summer. So that's another big passion of mine. Today I'm dressed very conservatively, but I do have a lot of fancy fun jackets too. So not always black and white.
No, and you look great. I'm sure it matches the occasion too. I don't know, I'm not there, but it doesn't matter. You stand out no matter what. Oh, you wear
it's an Emmys party. Yes, it's an Emmys party. Yesterday was Jeff Gods. Yesterday was Jeff Gods at the Sky Bar. Jeff did a great party. It was packed, and a lot of my friends were there. Like, I'm sure you know Larry Namer, the founder of eTelevision, and some other beautiful, nice, and kind people. And today there is this Harris Brothers gifting sweets, so they give out all the gifts, and it's funny because the food gifts I usually love to fill up my bag with those. So how this works with these gifting sweets is when you work in the entertainment industry, it might be interesting for the audience, you get these bags at the entrance, and then there are these new brands that want to get promotion, so they give you stuff, they take a picture with you, they post it on their social media, so they want you to multiply it so everybody notices it. And there are so many things, whatever, like green bars, cookies, and so on.
Every
Yes.
time we go to a gifting suite, he eats it in the car. Doesn't even make it.
So me too. So I asked him, please, can I have more food? Because I'm going to eat that in the car. And I'm always driving from thing to thing. And I don't have any time to sit down to eat because so much going on. And then it's a perfect food for the car. And you're right. I'm going to put my goodie bag on my side seat and I'm going to eat all my drive. Well, brilliant idea. Thanks for this.
Just convenient.
Well, on the plus side for those, yeah. So for those out there, gifting suite is for somebody to show off new products, or for these guys to eat snacks. Like,
Oh, and
Dude.
by the way, if somebody watches that has new products, please hit us up, all the three of us. We're open for all the new products. Just send them our way, right?
Absolutely.
apparently, especially their snacks. The
Especially food.
Especially food, the cookies.
So Bear was the first MMA fighter to walk at LA Fashion Week, and then I think he was
Wow.
joined by
Yeah, George, another fighter there after me,
Masvidal
George
the next
Masvidal
week.
did
Yeah.
it the week after that.
So he was the first fighter. So that's
It was
something you
good.
guys have in common. You both. Did we cut out?
Oh, there we go. We found you
Both
again.
into fashion.
No, I mean, I was definitely very happy
Did
to.
we cut out.
He will be back.
I think we lost his highness.
But no, for me, I really enjoyed being a part of it. I was happy to have the experience. I did. Now, I think I may have made the guy who put it on a little bit upset because I smiled in one of the photos. And it's like, it's supposed to be high fashion. You don't smile. And so, fair enough. And
Yeah,
so
but he
this,
can't
this,
help smiling. The whole thing is he smiles.
so this, I did it a second time, and I'm all right. I won't smile. He made sure that you're not gonna go out there and make a cheesy grin.
Oh, Barry, you know how that is with the smile? So a designer, the one who is actually producing that, his name is Prashant. He's an amazing Indian designer based in New York City. And we started doing his show in Rockefeller Center together with FAO Schwartz for a great cause. And after 2 years, he decided to produce his own fashion week by the name of International Heritage Fashion Week. And ever since I've been the host of that, it's a fun thing in Manhattan, New York. And you know what? It's so great. He says like, oh, Prince, take this jacket, walk for me as a model. I'm like, sure. And I'm the same as you. I'm always smiling because all my friends are sitting there. And it's such a nice energy. And people are so happy at fashion events because everybody loves fashion and the beautiful models and the great music. It's kind of a big party. And I had the same thing. They're like, oh my God, Prince, you're smiling. You like need to look serious. And for me, it's always ridiculous when you always serious faces. And then, so I'm the same. I'm laughing when you say this. It's totally what happened to me too. They're like, this serious model look very neutral. And I'm like, okay.
No, you're used to royal engagements. You're used to waving and smiling and bringing joy to the people. You're not used to like.
Exactly. I want to have a good time because I mean these things are very interesting and it's a blessing to work in the industry, the entertainment industry. And there is this song by Ethel Merman that says there's no business like show business, and it's true. And I want to encourage everyone who wants to get into the industry just to do it. And a lot of kids ask me like, oh my God, I like acting in the industry, but it's such a competition. That's true, but everyone looks so different, right? And you just need to fit the one role or the other role. And the great thing is I support everyone in the industry, every actor. There is no competition because the role seeks its face, I say. And therefore, everybody has a different look, a different way to talk, a different accent. So there is space for everyone. You just need to stay around. Don't come to Hollywood and leave 3 months later. Nobody's going to be a star in 3 months. It just doesn't happen like that.
You hit the nail on the head. It's time. What you have to spend to get into Hollywood is time. You have to show that you're reliable. You have to build the relationships. It really is time.
Yeah, you're right. Show up on time, right?
You know, we've talked so much about what we're doing individually and especially the charities and the accomplishments here, but I want to know why. Listen, you already have a busy enough life, man. Why did you get into Hollywood on top of it? I have all the jobs to pick. You picked one that's almost as equally as difficult as the one you already have.
Yeah, so I tell you, in Europe, I started a TV show by the name of Astro Royal. So what happened is I was guest of a network called Astro TV in Berlin. I was guest of a talk show. And in this talk show, we had a great talk about royal topics and also mentioned my family things. And then what happened next is the lady that conducted the interview, the show host, and me, we came to the conclusion there is not really a show back in the day about royalty. And I said, I'd love to do that. And they said, oh, you should make an appointment with the executive from that network. And I said, well, I can do it now. I'm ready. I have a concept. And then they said, well, you can't see the executive like this right now. And I'm like, well, let's see. Let's ask. So by accident, the executive, the lady who ran the network, walked in and she said, my gosh, it was a great show. Thanks for coming over. And like, great. So let's sit down. I need to talk to you. I have an idea. And then I said to her, I want to do a show about royalty. And let's talk about royal topics. Let's bring out all the facts. It's going to be interesting. And she said, Prince, what do you need? And I said, well, I need a carpet, I need a chandelier, and I need a throne chair and another throne chair for the guests, and a little table. And she said, when can you start? And I said, tomorrow. And that was like a Wednesday. And then she said, well, tomorrow won't work. Come back next Wednesday, you're on. Yeah, and ever since we did the show for 11 years, she had the throne chair, she had the chandelier, and that was happening in Berlin. So I was living in Europe back in that day, and having this weekly show, we were very successful on it was cable, satellite, and a stream. So it was really nice show. And when this happened, we've done it for a long time, like a decade. And then I felt, I really want to be in Hollywood because that's where the entertainment industry happens for real. Germany is cool. It's a big country, whatever, almost 80 million people. But America is America. Hollywood is Hollywood. So I moved the show to the US. We continued it from here. That meant my Wednesdays were like getting up at 1 a.m., going live at 3, 4 a.m. because it was a live show like yours. And it worked out great. And I could have guests like Oscar winner Margaret O'Brien. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas has been written for her and sung to her and so on. So when you ask me, why did I come to Hollywood? Because I felt I reached what I can do in Europe, having my show that was a success. I felt accomplished, but it became a routine and everything, no matter how cool it is, it's a TV show I'm doing. So it's the most amazing thing I ever could have dreamed for. But what's the next step, right? You always want to challenge yourself. And then I thought like going to America, starting from scratch. And that's how I ended up going to David Strasberg and polishing my acting and figuring out how all that works here. And he became a real great mentor and we did a lot of stuff together and he was on my TV show. So this is how it started and I feel challenging yourself constantly. What's the next goal really keeps me going strong. And I don't sleep a lot, I work a lot. And my drive comes from having a goal. And there is always the next goal. And there is always something I want to reach. And I love this motivation because what I've also seen, which is weird, there are some of these like super wealthy trust fund babies that just go downhill and have a very boring life because there's no more goal. Financially, they have everything, they have a social status, and then they end up as drugged wrecks. It's terrible, it's very sad. And so I feel if you have a goal, if it's something you want to achieve, no matter what that is, it can be anything. It can be having a nice birthday party or gifting your mom something nice or getting a nice apartment, a car, whatever it is. Everybody has different goals. And for me, setting the next goal is an important thing. And my big goal was moving to Hollywood, moving to America and working here, having a career here. And I got very blessed. I always worked, I always did a job. I joined the different unions. I'm SAG-AFTRA, I'm Equity, I'm AGVA. So I do love the unions here, what they do for the industry. And I feel America is literally the best has the best framework for the industry people. No other country really sets the rules how the industry should work. And it's important. And I'm a big supporter of what the industries do here. And they're important and they're strong and they talk to the studios and that's what's needed. No one of us would have this leverage than a union does. And I respect all the union work a lot. And now Fran Drescher is the president of SAG. And with my godfather, Hank Garrett, the voice of Garfield, and Hank Garrett broke the nose of Robert Redford being the actor in the Days of Gondor. Oh, you might know him. He was just into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Hank Garrett, his name. He's a legend. He did a big TV show called Car 54, Who Are You? And so Hank is actually one who did a TV show with friend Drescher, and I met friend in Vienna for a cancer fundraiser like 20 years ago, and now she's our president, and I'm a union member, and everything comes together again in circles. So I feel a lot of things are meant to be in life. Why else would Prince Mario Max, born in Salzburg, Austria, being a German prince with a royal Danish grandmother, be in Hollywood, California? Dream come true.
I
Awesome,
think
man.
something that you really hit the nail on the head with. When I look at the difference between, for example, you look at royalty, you look at nobility, and those are two different things for those that don't know. And you look at trust fund babies. When you are royalty or nobility, you are royalty especially, you are pushed to social conscience. And I think that's something that's missing from the trust fund babies. And I hate to say that, especially with people that have gotten a lot of money very, very quickly. Points to America for that. I love it. Is a great place. If you want to get rich fast, America is a great place to do it. But you do have to give your children benchmarks. You do have to teach them how to hit goals and how to be socially conscious.
Absolutely.
You must teach people to be socially conscious. And that's something I always like to look to royalty for, because that is something they do
No,
across all continents.
you can't have a child out some kind of goals or something to reach, because they eventually just get a little bit maybe too self-concerned with what makes them happy and not so much concerned with what's going on around them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and what you said is true. It's a great country to make it and to make money, and you can pretty much reach any goal. Yeah, right. In America, it's still the country where you can become a billionaire from nothing. It's all possible, and the most important thing is sharing the wealth. And I have literally only, I say the word only, with apprentices, only respect for people that do something with their wealth. People that are smart to make the money or get lucky and then have a charity, have a foundation, or support others. That's what I respect. There are some very greedy ones that just do it for themselves and to have a splashy lifestyle. I don't respect that, because that's stupid. Nobody can take anything after they die. So everybody should share whatever they can, because there are so many things you can do good with your money. And it doesn't need to be like, oh, they're donating half their fortune. Nobody asked for that. But do something good. And I literally know people that do that. I love it. What they do is great. And they're the most happy ones. And I know some very miserable, they sit at home with all their money and they don't do anything. They wouldn't even go out because they're too greedy. And they don't donate anything. And it's so bad. And I'm always saying to them, I mean, I'm laughing about it, and I said to them, you know what? I need to literally punch your money sack so something floats out for the charities I support. You need to stop that. And they said, well, I'm very frugal. I'm not even eating well. I'm like, well, don't eat well, that's fine, but give the money to all the charities. Whatever you do, just spend the money, send it all out to the charities. You're going to get a lot of wonderful feedback for this. And some, by the way, already activated. They're starting now to donate something at least. So we really need to let people know, do good. It's going to make you a happy person. And also, what a lot of people get triggered is when they're like, what's your legacy? When you're gone, you left a lot of money to whom? So you need to leave a legacy by doing good. I want anyone to know, you, Dagobert Richman, were the greatest person on earth, because you helped the kids, you helped the homeless, you helped the veterans. Veterans, very important. They need a lot of help.
Yes.
And I love the veterans. I mean, they did so much, and the veterans need help. So this is almost the thing where you can open up people and tell them, open your pockets and empty them, give it to the charities. It's great.
I love that.
Absolutely. No, I agree.
Where can everyone find you on social media? I want them to follow you. I'll follow
So I do my own social media, and I love it. I connect with people. I write back to everyone. It's on Prince Mario Max on Instagram and Prince Mario Max on X, former Twitter, right? And Facebook, of course. It's a German name, Mario Max, Prinz zu Schaumburg Lippe. German spelling, but same thing. You'll find it under Prince Mario Max. And what else? Yeah, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, and the website is princemariommax.com.
Awesome.
I like that.
No, and I
So
agree.
we'll put up a link. All right, you can talk.
All I want to say is I agree with the whole give it away, and don't disposition yourself, because you have to be able to continue the support of those charities. But why hold on to it if you're going to die with it? I don't get it. Just make sure it goes to good use. That's what I think people's money should be going to, and time should be going to supporting the community around them.
Well, I think social media media has really pushed overconsumption. You have people doing big hauls of clothing and jewelry and makeup and handbags, and so they're pushing this overconsumption vibe where you see, it's different. It's
Absolutely.
just not.
Completely right. And the overconsumption is the one thing. And the life, you know what I feel is so hard for kids? The social media shows a life that's unbelievable. It's so spectacular. My God, everything is beautiful. The car is beautiful. The style is beautiful. The clothes are beautiful. The skin is beautiful. The filter is the best ever and the newest. Everything looks so perfect. I mean, welcome to the perfect world. Where is it? I want to see this in real life too. Nothing is as perfect, and everybody is just a normal person. And no matter if you're a prince, a TV star, a rock star, a sports star, a news anchor, life pretty much is the same of all of us. We do our day-to-day things. It's all a roller coaster and up and downs. And kids need to realize that they should not strive for the best they see on social media because that might not be even real. They should strive for the best they can be at the current given moment, at the current given situation. And this will make them grow and can lead them to anything. And they may be able to create this world they adore on Instagram, but that should not be the goal because it can make you sad. Who the heck has a private jet and the mansions everywhere and goes around on a yacht with a Lamborghini day and night? Nobody. And even people that showcase that, they don't really do that. I mean, how many kids that create this perfect world, rent the Lambo for an hour and post it, and then everyone else is like, I don't have a car good enough. Well, almost nobody has, and you can reach it, you'll have it. So it's gonna be great if you follow the perfect you. That's a good thing, the perfect you, but not the perfect social media world. It's too much.
It is. And most of it, like you said, is fabricated anyways. Even for myself, for different pieces of content I made, I have staged like, oh, I'm at this place or have this thing. And the reality is I borrowed it from a friend who already had it. It was just for the purpose of it. And I'll tell people like, hey, this is just for the video. This is not actually.
It's marketing. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But I'll tell
marketing.
people that because I don't want people to believe in the facade. I'm not saying you can't own these things. I'm saying that a lot of the times it's just for the sake of the video that we have it.
But even Kylie Jenner is sending herself broke.
Yes,
trying to live up to Kylie Jenner. She was one of the youngest billionaires ever, and she's sending herself broke. She's actually in the red right now. She's got properties she can't sell. All of her liquid asset is tied up because she's showing this lifestyle. She's buying planes, she's buying Birkins. For those that don't know, like I carry a Lady Dior. It's a gift. These things are given to us. I have a ton of designer bags. It's a gift.
Yeah,
we don't purchase this, but then people come out trying to purchase the things they see us carrying at, on red carpets or at work.
Yes.
And it's an unattainable lifestyle, and it's designed that way. It's designed to make
it's designed that way. And it's very interesting what you say. We have this discussion pretty often. My mother, Princess Antonia, she says, what you post there at carpets and this lifestyle, it looks like something so different than I know, knowing you so well, because you work really hard and you don't take a day off and you work. You truly work. You roll your sleeves up. And for the public opinion, it looks like you're having this almost like a Playboy life, chatting through the world. People don't know what you do, like how to bring that. And I always tell my mom, it's pretty hard because what would you post? Me sitting on the computer working for 8 hours in a row answering emails. It's boring. My desk isn't even that great. It's just a regular desk, right? Who wants to see that? Or me going here and there, doing like some charity work, having these meetings, how we put up the charities, whom to approach as donors so we can put this event off and make a lot of money for a good cause. So all these things, the meetings, the background work, that's not really something one can show. Everybody will unfollow. And she's like, well, once in a while, put something like sitting on the computer. I'll say, okay, I'll try that, because that's literally a thing, what you said. A lot of these things we have in the entertainment industry, we get invited to these things, but it's a give and take. So when you go to this event, what does everyone expect? You post about it, you promote it to your followers. So it's not that we run there because we are so glamorized. We go there because we bring them exposure, and therefore we get a nice invitation, gift, whatever it can be. I mean, a great meal, a party, it's all cool. But the real life is more than that, and it takes a lot of work. And I mean, you do this show. It's so much work, and
Well,
I
it's,
know
it's
from
going through our
the
sound
Imagine.
engineer. He's wonderful.
It's great, and you do such a great show. I love this show. Your show is very real. I think it's the most real show I've ever seen because how you guys talk. You're so open, and I love that. There is nobody like putting any censorship there.
No,
You
not
have
at all.
independence. You have a serenity about your show. It is the most serene show I know of. I love it.
Well,
Thank you.
The
And tell it how it is.
Well, I think
Yes.
part of it is so Bear has millions and millions of followers. So one of the best things he can ever do for something is show up. So we now have to be super selective on where he goes because him going somewhere becomes an endorsement. And you, even more so, being a prince, you go somewhere, people see that as an endorsement of you as a person and an endorsement of the monarchy. So you have additional pressure
You're
on
right.
you.
You're right. And it's also important to monitor that as much as possible. I mean, when you go to events and there are a lot of people, you never know who almost everyone is because a lot of people take pictures with you and do the selfie and this and that. And you always want to be there for others, but then you can also get in awkward situations and all of a sudden you see a comment, oh, a picture with and this and that. And there might be something as a background of a person you do not associate with or you do not like, or maybe something very extreme. And hateful things, I don't like at all. I would never support anyone who goes hateful against people. It's not my thing. And so I also like always to alert people that whatever picture you see or take with, these are shots that randomly exist from events. It doesn't have a meaning. If I post someone, that has a meaning. So when I post the two of you in this show, which I will do, that has a meaning for me because I want to endorse your show. I love your show. It's something great. I want everyone to know about your show. I want my people to see your show because I love your show. So that is something that comes from me with sincerity because you have a very serene show. And other things that can just happen. Somebody posts something and then they send it to me. Do you know whom you took a picture with? I'm like, I have no idea. So that's another thing. So always do your due diligence before you make any assumption.
I like that.
That's fair.
Now, we are at the end of the show. Please, please, please make sure you are following His Highness. You're coming Saturday to the fight, right?
I can't wait. I'm coming Saturday to my first fight. I'm thrilled because this is a world I watch like online, right, and on TV and in the news. I follow the fights, but I've never been to one. And I feel so blessed and I'm so honored to be able to participate. And you're opening really, it's my birthday is on December 23rd. You are making me the biggest birthday gift in tomorrow. Actually, it's tomorrow. And I'm very excited because I'm going to enter a world that I always wanted to be with, that I always wanted to see. And I feel this little mouse that comes in and then can take a peek because I know about it, but I want to learn, I want to experience. And the energy at the fights is just the best. I mean, when I see it on TV, I'm sitting at home and going, yeah, come on, strong. So I love it. I'm very active participating. I'm very active audience. And so I'm going to be a very active live audience for sure. I can't wait.
I like that.
Excellent.
Guys, we are at the end of the show. Please make sure you are following His Highness. We will see you tomorrow at Sparsta. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful show and good luck with everything. You deserve only the best in this world because you're two most lovely people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Guys, we will see His Highness tomorrow at Sparsta. I'm Lady Summer. He actually makes me proud to say that.
Yeah.
And this is my co-host, Hair Bear.
No.
Bear Fiorda.
Yes.
That works too. This was Behind the Scenes. We'll see you next week. Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.